Hello guys, welcome back to another What If video. And yes, you see it right at the thumbnail, it's time for me to move on from Black Clover and start making Deku and My Hero Academia What Ifs. And as you see, Deku will have Izuku will have a fire quirk. And yes, I will probably say Deku up pretty much, but I don't know if I will keep that name here. Maybe the beginning, all that, as then, and you see that Nejire Hado is there. I think that's how you pronounce the name. But yeah, and Nejire Hado is in the family as well, and that's because the only like MY request I got, like I've seen in the comments or so, after I speak about it in some of my videos, it was Deku X Nejire. So I will bring her in the story early, and she will still be 2 years older than Asta, so she will be a part of the big three. But still be like Asta's girlfriend. So yeah, I don't know from what age though, but I will bring it in into the story. As yeah, now I'm really a little bit nervous because I have like watched a few episodes of the subbed and English version. As I'm not remembering everything correctly, but if actually I'm just gonna do actually watch some episodes and all that, but I will still do this what if like part one. That's at least I can master because I remember mostly of everything. I guess so. So yes, now let's just start with it. As Izuku be like in the playground where the anime kind of starts, where he's young and he's trying to protect the guy there. I don't know if that guy has a name, but Bakugo will still be mocking Deku, but that he's such a weakling. Quirkless. How can you ever compare yourself to me? I see, that's kind of how Bakugo acts there. I don't know, this won't be as much detail because, as I said, I haven't watched it as many times as I have watched Black Clover. And I'm sorry to disappoint you, but My Hero Academia isn't. I wait for like season 5 to come out or something like that until I watch My Hero Academia a lot because I like the third season and everything. I like those all My Hero Academia, but Black Clover really catch me, like hit me differently. But yeah, this deck what if like it now that I'm doing a deck what if and a lot that will bring a lot more to me. But yeah, like a lot more challenges to my what ifs, like not challenges but a lot more opportunities for my what if and my channel to grow. So yeah, as now Asta would no Asta, god damn it. I mean Deku would I say I know that I'm not as strong as you, but you don't need to hurt people just because you got a powerful quirk. As I don't remember how old they were then, but I think there was like 7, maybe, no, 8, 9. I don't know. I think, how old were you when you joined UA? I think it's like when you're 12. Yeah, I think you're 12 or something. As they will be 9 years old now. They look like 9-year-olds in the anime, I don't know. As then a girl will just walk up, no, as then, after a while, as Bakugo still continues, a girl walks up and say, really? Picking up on people just because they have no quirk? Who are you? A villain or something? Do you want to become a villain or do you want to become a hero? She walks up to them. And then she looks at Deku and helps him up. Say, "Are you hurt?" Ask like, "No, I'm not. I'm not my miss." As she said, "Oh, you can call me Nejire." Ask like, "Thanks, Nejire." She said, "Oh." Ask like, "Oh, I forgot. My name is Izuku." Midoriya is like, "Oh, that's a beautiful name." As Deku would say, "Thank you." He kind of stumbles a little bit because it's the first time he's talking to a girl, like except for his mother. As Kachum say, and Bakugo would say, "And who the hell are you?" She said, "You should respect your elders." She just looks at him, being kind of like mad and so. You should respect your elders and don't pick up fight with other people, like bullying people. And you want to become a hero or what? A villain? I know I said it earlier, but yeah. As he would say, "What can you do about it, huh?" As you're just a girl. As she would just look at him and say, "And what, you gonna fight a girl that's older than you?" Said, I really don't want to, but if you're gonna stand away of that worthless piece of shit, Deku, I'm gonna take you down too, with him. As now, hold on. Instead she says, oh, you're gonna fight with your explosion? Too bad you're already lost. She would be kinda pissed. I know that she's a very kind person and all that, but she would be pissed on Bakugo for just picking on Deku because he's quirkless. Or so they thought. Guess he will activate his flame quirk. He will be a late bloomer. So yeah, I just look at Deku and said, I got this, Izuku. Thank you, Nejire. As then he's kind of stumbled still. Then she says, this is it. This is enough. Then she uses her wave motion. A quirk to create those golden energy spiral waves as they just like with using her stamina a lot as the Bakugo was and the other two guys with it kind of knocked on the ground. Then she just helps Asta, no, Asta helps Deku and the other guy up. Then Asta, oh god, I'm about to say Asta again. This is the negativity of always using the, like, what if Astas and all that, but yeah. Hopefully I won't mess that up anymore. Probably later on in this video. I do apologize for that now, when I still have the chance. So yeah, as now Asta would just be like, oh, thank you, but why did you help me? She'd be like, as she would just say, because those are bullies. I don't like bullies, and he said that he wants to become a hero. As Bakugo would say that, what about it? When she asked about him earlier, a flashback now, so you know, don't get confused. It's a flashback. As she said, well, when I asked him if he's a villain or something, he said, I'm gonna become the #1 hero, and he aims to be the #1 hero, and is that with that attitude he won't become one. As they could say, no, asked again. Oh God, I'm so sorry for this. Izuku would say, oh, he's always been like that. Well, we both aim to be the #1 hero. Then he just looked down and said, but I can't. I have no quirk, not as amazing one as he does. Then Nejire with a smile said, well, that's make you special in your own way. Then he picks up a book from, like, let's say that Deku, Izuku would still, I will call him Deku now, Deku just picks up, still have that backpack with hero notes he would begin early. I don't know if we know when he started doing that, but yeah. And she picks up a book and looks at it and says, well, it looks like you already figured out something else. She kind of picks at the book, and Izuku be kind of scared that she would start to bully him, but she say, whoa, you're taking notice of all these studies and everything about your quirks, negatives, everything. You're really something else, Izuku. And say, thank you, as he would kind of get red in the face because he never got a compliment before, and never from a girl either, except for his mom and all that. And then she would see this, be like, huh, oh, guess the feelings are double against each other, huh? Because she would have feelings for him already, but it will take some time before they get a couple, become a couple and all that. Then she says, well, at least let me get you home safely, so they don't pick on you again. As Deku would say, thank you, Nejire. I would probably end up calling her Nejiro sometimes, because I don't know why, but I just said it again. I don't think that's gonna happen twice, at least. Oh no, more times. As now Nejire just walks with this, just make sure that oh god, I'm so sorry for that. As she makes sure that Izuku gets home safely. As now Izuku just opened the door and said, I'm home. And she'll be covered in a little bit bruises, but then the girl will say, as then she is like, Nejire will walk in with Asta too. Like, oh, you're home now. Just thinks like she at least had to explain everything to his mother. And she would just see, now she, God, what is Deku's mom's name now? Oh wait, it's Inko. As Inko would just walk out now and see that Deku had a girl with him, and she would just smile and say, oh, so you must be Deku's girlfriend. As Deku would just be red in face, Izuku would say, "What? Oh, no, 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 she's not my." Standing here with this kind of laugh, like, yeah, as the she will kind of smile, said, "No, I'm not his girlfriend. We just met today, actually. I just saved him from a bully." As Deck could say, "He's not a bully. He's just." Then Ink would say, "Who is it?" As then she would say, "It's someone with an explosion." As Deck, someone with an explosion. As then Izuku said, "Sign said it's Kachan. He bullies me for not having a quirk. He picked on another kid too. As I tried to protect him, but he just kept blowed me away too. I don't know why he's so mean." As then Nejire would just explain that. Then I saw this, and since I'm older than them and all that, I thought I needed to step in to stop them. As I didn't hurt Kachan, I just knocked him back so he fell down, as I could get the Deku and the other kid away. As then I decided to follow Deku home. Just explain everything to you. As she would just, Ink would just clench her fist, said, "How long has this going on, Deku? No, Izuku." And she would just say, he would just say, I don't know, it recently started. I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to take Kachan into trouble or anything." As she would just say, "But he's the one getting you into trouble for all this. You're the one getting hurt." As Nejire say, "Guess I gotta be going now." Then Inko said, "No, please stay. Let me at least treat you to something for saving my son." She'd say, "Oh well, guess I can do that." But then she has get some. Let's say that they had. It's about the middays, like 2 o'clock or 2 p.m. or something. So they had like a what is it now? Break. So they just ate some cakes or cookies and that. So they was eat that. She just sit very close to Izuku really sits and kind of move. Sit down on a sofa. As Deku realized that they sit very close together, so he decided to just jump a little bit away. And Nejire will slowly jump to him, move towards him, as he would be like, "Why does she move to me?" As Ink would just say like, think like, she wants him, ooh. I don't know why I make that, because Inko doesn't show like that, but she would just think about it and not show anything. As then Nejire say, "Are you okay?" asked Deku. As no, she say, "Are you okay?" As then Izuku say, "Yes, I am." As then she was like, "Thank you again for that you saved me." She like, "No problem." As then she'd say, "Well, I guess I gotta be going now. Guess my parents might be worried about me." Then Inko say, "Well, you can go back any time later." And then Izuku decided to wait. Instead, she just follows her back home to her home. Said like, "Oh, so you live here?" And she was realized that Izuku followed her and said, "Yes, I live here." As he would say, "Can I meet your?" Then she like, "You know what?" She would ask Izuku like, "Do you want to go on a?" Then she would ask, but she would be not to move on. Like, because Deku tried to ask her out for a date, she's like, "Will you go on?" She would like, "Oh." She would think like, "Oh, moving fast, huh?" Then she would say, "You know what, Izuku, do you want to go on a date with me?" And she'd be like, "What?" She said, "Yes, let's meet in the weekend." And he will be like, "What? What?" And she would be like, freak out, and she would say, smile, say, "Yeah, let's meet on a weekend." And then she walks up to him and kisses him on the cheek. I know this is moving on real quick, but still. I really don't. This would probably be like I don't want to go too far in the story because that memory is still kind of a bit foggy. And let's see, yeah. As now, Deku is kind of like be red faced and all that, and like spaced out a little bit as acting like kind of goofy. Walks back home now. As Inko say, "Oh, so where did you go?" He said he would be red faced and spaced out and all that. As he walked to his room, like fall on his bed. Like I as Ink would see his walk in and see like his red face and all that, as he would just heard him slowly talking like I have a as he would just hear this like woo woo woo. As then the weekend would come, as Deku would freak out, say, but how? Then he was there knocking on the door. Inko would be like home and all that, so she would just open doors like then, and it was Nejire. She would be surprised, say, oh. And she was like, is Deku home? Is Izuku home? He said yes. As Izuku would just hear the voice like around to like have like nice clothes on all that. She was like, yes, I'm here. As she would say, she would have I was like, oh, there you are, Izuku. So he would be like, yes. As then his look at his butter like, kind of red, turn red in the face immediately. Here, realized it so that he wouldn't realize that he hadn't told her at all, but she would Inko say, "Oh, it's fine. You can go on a date." As she would be like, "How?" As she would just, I heard you kinda. I saw that look on your face last day. You got a then I realized that you have a date now. As Izuku would say, like, yeah. As Nier smiling, say, "Yes, we're dating now." They was go on a cafeteria, like they would, and the date they was go to a cafeteria, eat some sweets, and so as they would go on like shopping all that, well, walk in the town holding hands now, Nejire would just take Izuku's hand as Izuku would try first at like move his hand away, but then Nejire grabbed since he was taller than him. I know them look like very like almost the same as in photo like I made a Deku look like taller than this in the thumbnail. As Deku might be probably will be taller than this, so yeah. Or I don't remember. I don't know the height difference between them, but they would be almost the same height. Nejire would be slightly taller than him, like half a foot or something. So yeah. As now they just walk in. No, as they were then after the date, as they could say like, "What are we gonna do now?" She's like, "Well, let's just walk home to my home." As they could be like, "You're," as you say, "Yes, since your parents know." That since your mom know that you're dating, why not let my parents know that? She would kind of smile about this, as Dick would be red in face now, bright red. He would be like, yeah, yes, yes, in a year. I probably should come up with a nickname for her later that Izuku would just call her that like sounds, I don't know what, maybe honey? No, that's too fast. Too fast for calling her that. Maybe darling, I don't know. Neji-san. Nah, that sounds too weird. As they was walk to her. Okay, I'm gonna Google how if they knew about her parents or anything. Okay, so we don't know her parents' name at all, actually. So they was walking to the house, and let's say that assume that she has a pretty decent house. Well, a pretty kind of big. Let's say that she kind of rich girl born and what. So yeah, but she wouldn't like it at all. Well, she would have a normal, decent house actually, just a normal house. And she would just they would only knew that she would had walked out like go out like in the city because she was 11 all that. So yeah, they would understand she would just walk on in town and then we'll see. And then she would just walk in, ask for her parents were. Well then the parents was sitting in the living room talking to each other. The neighbor say I'm home. They'd be like, oh, welcome back. That was quick. Oh, it's only 2 hours or something. Just kind of joking around about it. As then sort of like walk in and say like, yes. As then Izuku would kind of hold her hand like be standing a little bit behind her. Now he would stand next to her as they were holding hands now. As to be like, oh, and who is this little fella? As he would say, as then near say, he's my boyfriend. As they could be red in the face now, say, as no, he wouldn't say, oh, this is yes, a friend of mine. As he won't say, she won't say that he is her boyfriend or anything yet. They won't be that like that. He haven't asked her about that yet, or she hasn't asked him about it yet, or anything. As now they'll be like, oh, okay. As they will sit there holding hands and anything that for that they will think like look at each other like, oh, she's dating someone. Instead, we just look at her and be like, well, he looks pretty decent. No, he would think like that. Think at each other, look at each other, and say like, think that. Instead, it's like, okay, so what's your name? Us, he would say, oh, my name's Izuku Midoriya. It's like, oh, that's a beautiful name. As he would say, you're. As then was look at Nejire and said, not as beautiful as hers. As he would say that to like smooth move or anything. Instead, we was like, smoothing, smooth. Then she would just Nejire would say, okay, time enough talk with my parents now. Let's go to my room. As we don't know anything about her, how her room will look. But yeah. Let's just say had some stuff there, anything like stuff that what is now? Oh God, what is it now? What is it called? What is it called? Yeah, but she will have a decent looking, good, like big, kind of big room. No, as I don't know how to explain how big is a big room is, but yeah. Yes. Okay, it's called stuffed animals. Like, you have like a teddy bear or anything, yeah. Those kind of stuffed animals, not like real stuffed animals. They will be like stuffed animals like that, so yeah. As he would see all those stuffed animals, he would surely wouldn't be embarrassed at all, because she would have seen Deku, Izuku's room already. Let's say that she saw that the first time they was there. What about All Might and everything? Like was All Might acting? As she had some like stuffed animals too. She's like, well, this is my room. And she would see all the stuffed animals, be like, whoa, so many stuffed animals. And she'd be like, yeah. As then she would say, is it okay? As then then she nods that yes, you can. As then Izuku just like kind of lays down on all the stuffed animals, like they're so soft and squishy. She would just lay down next to him. Let's say that she had a pretty much big pile of them, so yeah. As then she would talk like they would just have a chat for a long while, talking about how their parents were and how they lived and what they want to become. Then they must come to what they want to do with their lives. As I kind of said that what they want to become, but yeah, they won't say anything real there. I was then say, so what do you want to do when you're old? What high school will you go to? Is he would say, I want to go to UA. And she would be like, wow, really? And he would say, yes, I want to become a hero, just like All Might. As I said it earlier to you, but I guess it's because I can't use a quirk yet. And she would just say, well, I hope you get unlock your quirk. I hope you have a quirk so you can become a hero. I want to become a hero too. And she would say, really? She said, yes. She said. So now, so now Deku would think about it and does so. And then she just looks at him and is like, is it something wrong? He said, no, I just feel something inside of me, like a burning heat. And she's like, oh, burning heat? He said, yes, I don't know. And my chest is kind of beating in a weird way. And then she realized what it was, that she didn't know about the failure thing, but like the heart beating, all that. She was like, oh, love, maybe? And then they could, think about it, so like, oh, this must be it. And then she asked, then started to say, Nejire? She'd be like, yes. She would just see Deku turn red in the face. So, do you want to be my girlfriend? And she would just like stand up and say, yes, of course. And then she said, yes. As Deku would say, phew, now that's over. As he kind of like falls down like passes out because of all that heat, like intention, all that was to like he had to master before he could ask her out. Ostensibly, like Izuku. Let's say that he had a stuffed animal, so it would be a two loud bounce, as he would just be passed out for like an hour or two. No, not an hour, 30 minutes. She just talked to him like casually, like until he woke up. So he woke up and all that. Then she just hugged him, kinda. As he just woke up in her hug and like, ah. And Steph said, "So you're up?" As they could say, "I had such a weird dream." She would say, "Oh, you really?" As then he would see her say, "Yes, I dreamed that I asked you out." As she would just look at him and say, "It wasn't a dream." Deku would be red in the face like, I really did that? That's so embarrassing." As she smile at him and say, "Yeah, kinda, maybe it is for you, but not for me." Then she just kissed him on the cheek, like, again, as Izuku would bright red now, even more red. Said, "I don't think I can take it anymore." As then he was like, the heat again, I feel it. As then he just looked, stood up and said, As then he's like, "The heat, it's so warm, but it doesn't hurt me or anything." Then a flame just appears on his, as then he reaches out his hand, as a flame appears now in his hand. As it will be his fire quirk now awakening. And now we get a cutscene to back where Deku said that the doctor said that you doesn't have a quirk. No, let's say that I'm not sure. Is I remember this is not a cutscene. It will be like a flashback to where the doctor said like it seems like you have a quirk, but it seems like you don't like, have it unlocked it. And then he just looks at everything like it's not. And then we just draw some many tests like it seems like we can't find out your quirk or anything. Maybe it's something odd with you that you doesn't have that extra bone, but still, you should have a quirk. But it seems you're quirkless. And Stick will be like, see the flame, like, what? So kind of freak out a little bit, but as then the flame would, when it freaked out, the flame would just kind of grow uncontrollable. Then Nejire would see this, like, hug him and say, like, calm down, calm down. As he just calmed down a little bit as the flame now got under control. As now the flames would kind of appear, like, on his other hand, all that. As then I got a fire quirk. As he would be happy about this. All that, as then the flame is snuffed out. Then after he closed his fist, like, I have a fire quirk now. Oh, quirk, I can become a hero. And the hero will smile at him, like, yes, you finally have one. And I just want to let you guys know, you know that problem that if you have Todoroki had with the problem with his ice, that he got too cold with it when he used it or anything, or he got too hot when he uses his fire magic. Deku won't have that problem at all. He will be able to use his fire quirk at full power all the time without getting burned or anything, as he will gain insane control over his fire, so it won't hurt anyone if he doesn't want to. So yeah, it won't hurt anyone at all. And then, as he will be able to use it for a lot, he will be like full control over it, so it'll be like fire creation maybe, but I will just call it a fire quirk. As we cut back for an explanation, all that. And so he just hug her, like, thank you, I think it's, as then he realized that it might be, then also like, then Deku would say like, maybe it's the, the, the love that is thinking about, it's like, Nejire said, hey, Izuku, he said, yes, I was thinking like, why does Kachan call you Deku? It's like, he's always called me that just so he can bully me when he bullies me, so like, well, there's things like, well, I think that name is cute. And yeah, she wouldn't say that yet, she will say that later, but his flame quirk would have activated like this time, as then was like, well, Deku, no, Izuku, she like, yes, yes, Nejire. She then says, I think it's our love that's activated your quirk. He'll be like, what? He said, yes, I heard that strong emotions can further enhance quirks and all that, and I maybe awaken them even. He'll be like, wow, really? That's like, wow, guess I'm lucky I fell in love with you, and I've met you. You're the one that made me be able to become a hero. And then we'll be happy about this as they just walk down. As they want to tell her parents that he was quirkless at first. As they just walked out and say, "Oh well, we gotta." As Deku would say, "Guess I gotta go." Izuku would say, "Guess I gotta go home now." As it'll be kinda late. As he said that, she would have said, "I can go with you." He said, "Yeah." As they hold hands now. As they walk up and be like looking at each other a lot, like with the love of passion in their eyes. As the in Nigeria's parents would see this, like, whoa, something happened during all those hours they spent up in her room. So yeah, as now they just walked at the Izuku home. They just opened the door. As he would say, "Mom, I'm home." And she was like, "Oh, did you have fun today?" I said, "Yes, I had." As then he said, and then we'll close the door as Nejire would follow him. And then sat down and Deku said, "Can you guess what? It's two awesome things happen. Wonderful things happen today." She'd be like, "What? What can those two be?" As then Deku said, "For the first, he looked at the Nejire and said, we are a couple now." She'd be like, "Wow, really?" She would be happy about this and grab Izuku's hand as you would kind of feel the heat and all that. She'd think like maybe it's of the love or anything. But then it'd be his fire quirk actually. She's like, "That's wonderful. You move so fast. You're growing up so fast, Deku." Then she would sit down and be like, "Oh, sorry. What's the other thing, my son?" Then he would say, "Well, I unlocked my quirk." And she'd be like, "What? You got a quirk?" He said, "Yes." And then he used the flames, as she'll be like, "Whoa, Izuku, that's wonderful. That's a wonderful quirk." Then Neo said, "Well, I guess he wasn't quirkless or anything. He told me about the doctor and all that. And it seems that our love for each other just unlocked his quirk." Then Inko would just thank her for like being like falling in love with Izuku, and just not just that, then she would just also thank him for unlocking his quirk and all that. As then Izuku would say, "Mom, you're embarrassing." Just like, "You're my little boy." As Deku would just dodge her like, "No, no, Mom, no." As she would sit on the other side so Inko would get to him because Nejire was in the way. As Inko was like, "Oh, yeah." As now the night would end as near Asta said, "No, Asta." Wow, that's the first time in a couple of minutes since I said Asta. As Deku would say, "Well, this is the then it works out like Izuku walks out now with Nejire. It's like, "Guess that time for you to go home now." She's like, "Yes." Then Izuku would say, "Nejire." She would just look at him and say, "Yes, what?" As then he was, I, I, as then he straight up as the race. Since he's already taller than him right now, he just stand on his toe and just grab her neck and kiss her, leap in and kiss her on the mouth. She would be like, "Whoa!" As then she just kiss him back. Inko wouldn't see this at all, as the door was closed and all that. So yeah, as then smile and say, then she would have smiled. As Deku would realize what he did and be like, red in the face. Then she'd be like, "See you later, Izuku." As they would exchange phone numbers and all that, so yeah. As now the years went by, they would have been dated for a couple of years now. As now let's say that they're 11. No, yes, they will be 11 now. Izuku will be 11. As he would meet up with Nejire. It will be after they begin, like Izuku began his like what is now 5th class, I think, or something like not the year right before you join high school or anything. It's the 5th grade. Here he was in 5th grade. Nejire was in 7th grade. She just got into the UA. As her friends Miro and I don't remember the other guy. Hold on, let me Google that. Okay, it would be Nejire would work with Miro and Tamaki as they would well, as they would see them and be like, oh, so as they would see them and be like, oh, so you brought friends this time? So like, yes, these are my new classmates from my class in UA. As he'd be like, wow, you really got into UA. You really are amazing. She'd be like, smile at him and say, yeah, I guess I kind of am. She went like, she would be really interested in his, like, well, she would be really extremely kind towards him. Deku because they're boy like a couple, but she would be like nice to each other, but everyone else because she offer like just how she is in the anime. She won't be like change personality or everything. Then they would just look Miro and Amaku would just look at her and say like, "Who is this?" As she would say, "Oh, guess I haven't told you yet, but this is my boyfriend." As they could say, "Yes, I am her boyfriend." As they would look at him and say, "Isn't he a little bit young?" She said, "Well, he's only 2 years younger than me. What's wrong?" With that said, no, nothing at all, nothing at all. They just said, kind of smiling and presenting herself to Deku. As Amaki would be like the cold one. Like, he wouldn't be like he would be shy and all that. So he would be antisocial. As Miro would just walk up to him and say like, "Wow, so you're Deku, huh?" He just looked at him and said, like, "Huh." Is expecting Deku as Deku would say like, hey, you're creepy. But I was like, well, you. Then he said, then he was look at him and said, well, wait, your face, it reminds me of. Then he just pulls up. Like, let's say that he was reading a Tintin book. If you don't know what it is, Tintin is a fictional series and what is a comic character, and Mario kind of looks like him a lot actually. He just pull up you look a lot right. You look like him, a comic character I read about. Miru see this like what is Nejire who laughed said, oh, wait, they do look a lot alike. Then Miru smiles. Yeah, I guess I am. So yeah, as now Miru and Amaku would just let them be like Nejire and Deku be. As then we talk about each other, talk to each other, all that, catch up to what they've done. Instead, then she would just come to the discussion that, hey, I remember now. That Kachan guy that bullied you when we met, he called you Deku, right? He said, yes, as you kind of looked down. She'd be like, what does that mean? Why don't you, is that your name or something? He said, no, it's something that he calls me to when he bullies me. As then she'd be like, oh, well, I think that name sounds pretty. You should use it as a hero name. He'd be like, really? She says, yes, you should. Yeah, as he would say, thank you. And she kind of smiled, but then he said, but yeah. And then she just kissed him on the cheek and all that as they were to walk out shopping now. Miro and Akame, yeah, that's probably his name. I forgot. I just read about it. I should probably keep the page goddamn up now. The it was actually Tamaki. Oh god, I said Akame. Uh, uh, it's probably because I watched an anime that was named Akame and not got killed or something. But it's Tamaki. Okay, I'll do a screenshot of this now so I don't forget it again. So yes, no, it was Tamaki. They just walk away now. They realize that she probably needed to be alone with Deku and think she maybe just wanted to present him to them. As they walk out shopping and talking. As they wouldn't meet the culture or anything yet or anything. As then the date was over, kinda. then we get back to where now now the date was over. They walked back home and all that. So blah blah blah. They weren't talking about real much or anything. And now let's say that the Deku actually like cut some down, like took down some All Might posters and set up some photos of her and some other. Took down some All Might poster because he wouldn't be too obsessed with All Might yet. But yeah. As now, Deku would be 12 years old now. As now we get back to where the anime kind of starts, like where Katja tries to like burn his book or anything, well, blow it up. As Deku said, no, this time you won't do it. As Bakugo was like, what? You're standing up to me? As he wouldn't know about Deku's quirk because Izuku would ever try to like keep it hidden from him. Because he would say, well, like when Bakugo realized that he had a quirk or anything, he would say that I just unlocked it. And then Katja would say, this time that girl will not be able to save you. As he would say, I don't need saving from someone. As he would be kind of mad at Katja and say, this time I won't let you destroy my book. As before Katja could explode it, Deku just grabs his hand and kind of takes his book out of his hand, puts it in his bag. Is about to walk out the door now. As Katja would just use an explosion against him, he wouldn't call and just dodge the explosion. As Katja would be mad now, follow him around. Then they could just kind of dodge him, really, so he has walked away now. Well, Katja being furious about this. You see, you think like, that goddamn Deku, what was that attitude now? Yes, he would think about it, but then he would think about it, so, well, his attitude has changed a lot since that day, those 3 years ago, when that girl came. Let's see, I think like about it, so, that girl. As then he thinks about it, just decides to, since he knows where Deku lives and all that, but he would be scolded by his mom for bullying him. But so he thinks like, I need to be more discreet when I bully him so I don't get scolded by mom again. He'll think like that. As the days went by, next day was when, as this time, it was the end of school day. Deku was talking, like, Deku was chatting with Nejire on the phone, texting. And then he just puts the phone back in his pocket, as now Bakugo sees his hand and take one of the notebooks, while Hero scheduled books. For like, I don't remember what it's called, like Hero Research for Future something or anything. I said like, as then I said this time. As it tries to explode it now, then Izuku said no. As then it takes out like, it grabs the book now before Kachan could have exploded, and then said no, you won't. Then Kachan nod to one of the guys as let's say that the teacher already left the classroom. So the guy was blocked the door, so he said, this time you won't be able to escape. He said, I don't need to escape. He grabs the book and puts it in his bag. Then his Kachan said, oh, what are you gonna do? Jump off the window? He said, no, I won't. I just gotta go right through the guy there. He points at the guy that's blocking the door. As Kachan and Bakugo said like, huh? You gonna do what now? He said, yes. Then I said, move. As the guy wouldn't do anything. Izuku said, can you please move? As I said, you really think that you can beg me for some things? Then Bakugo said, you can't ignore me forever, Deku. As Izuku wouldn't react or anything to it anymore. As Kachan said, what's up with you? Why don't you react anymore? I said, because that name doesn't bother me anymore. I found something else more special. I don't really need to be bothered by you anymore. You're not so amazing after all. think that I look up to such a bully like you. Then Cartron said, "That's enough!" His explosions. But then Izuku would counter with his flame-matic. Like the flame-matic of his flame quirk. As he would block with his flames. Cartron would be surprised, like, what? As Izuku said, as I said, I'm not afraid of you anymore. Then he just used his flame quirk, activated his hand like a giant flame. And then he looked at the other guy blocking the door and said, "Now, will you move?" As this would be a dark attitude of Izuku's. He said, "I gotta go now, I'm busy." As he just burns like the holds like threatens the guy to burn him, then he moves out of the door. As Kachan like, "What is up with Deku? How did he gain this quirk?" Then Deku just look back and say like, "If you're wondering when, I just unlocked this a year ago, 3 years ago, but I never once used it." Then he said, "But we had to keep it." No, then he wouldn't say that I unlocked it 3 years ago. He would say like, "I unlocked it a week ago. If you need to know. So don't think I've been hiding this from you all this time. And the doctor said I should keep it hidden until I was able to control it. So that's why. I really wanted to tell you before, but couldn't." Then he leaves now. As yeah, as now he walks out and just picks up his phone and calls Nejire. He's like, "Oh, hi, darling." She's like, "Oh, how did it go today?" He said, "Hey, it's okay. I finally decided to reveal my quirk to Kachan." She's like, "Oh, how did it go?" And he said, "Oh, he's probably still stunned. As he would probably be mad if I told him that I got it 3 years ago, so I came up with a lie. That unlike that a week ago. As he would have told her about the details, and make sure that no one was following him before he told her about it." And she'd be like, "Oh, that's smart of you, Deku." He'd be like, "Well, I am pretty smart." And now he said, "Oh, well, guess I get it." Yeah, that was everything. It's like, "See you later." She's like, "Yeah, see ya." So then he takes the shortcut now. As it would be that. I think that's just that today. Yeah, that is today, actually. As, yeah. I'm sure that that's the day. I don't remember if that's the day like they said that he wanted to go to UA or anything. But yeah, I will make that. Let's say that he did that. What that was that day. So, but that's why what Kasha was on him this day too. So yeah, as then he would take that with as the sludge villain would appear. As Izuku would sense trouble, but he wasn't able fast enough to dodge. As then he says, well, he was kind of able to dodge. As then he just activates his flames and shoots it at him. The sludge villain said, "No, let me be." A sludge villain would be like, "Oh, fire quirk, if I got you, I will be able to take him on." As Izuku was like, "I don't know who you're talking about, but you don't want to start taking me hostage or anything." As he uses flame quirk to create us like a smoke on. Well, he uses flame quirk to make like this like dodge or all the attacks. Then decides to had enough, but he about to get absorbed now because Sludgeville appeared behind him. Then said, "Do not fear, because I am here." As All Might now appears, as then sees the burn marks, I'm like, "What?" As then we see the kid was about to be absorbed, as Izuki had his flame almost being snuffed out. So like, that kid, he must have used it in self-defense. Then it says, "Now, Detroit smash!" No, he wanted to just smash the guy with a shockwave, so he put, and then Izuku like freak out, but it's as then we look at him and say, can I get the autograph?" I said like, "Yeah, I see he was signed all his book like on the front page and all that, so yeah." As you go, thank you, sir." So it's okay. Then Izuku said, if I told you that I unlocked my core he wouldn't grab onto All Might about yet or anything. Well, actually, he will. As he will freaked out, so yeah, as he will just kind of grab onto All Might. As almost when I noticed this, Deku wouldn't notice it at all either. As now the pockets, let's say that the All Might already put those sludge villain in his pockets with those. As then when the jump force when he jumped up, the pockets would just rip off, so, because the balance was there also. And so when he landed on the rooftop, realizing that Deku was there, kind of not passed out, but he was be like, ah. As soon as Deku would be like, woke up, is like, what happened? Then he sees All Might as All Might's like, that was very dangerous of you. As he was like, what was dangerous? Then he would be like, what do you mean? Deku was like, I just held on to my backpack. As then All Might would realize that his backhook was around his foot when he jumped. As he would be amazed that the backpack didn't rip, as he would be thankful for that too. But still say, ah, damn it. Then he would turn to Small, as he would he will turn to Small Mate now. As Izuku would be like, it's imposter! You're not All Might. He said, yes, I am All Might. And then they would have the shit shut up that All Might told him about that he's All Might. As I don't know if you will hear my voice better now or anything, but yeah, I need to move my mic quite down. It's quite late where I am. While I'm recording, it's almost like midnight. Or almost, it's like 11 p.m. as you see that on the clock. So yeah. As Deku just tells All Might, and then All Might explains that in that fight, I got a smash really injurious. Half my respiratory organs was destroyed that day. Yes, he would tell him his secret about his power, that he couldn't be All Might all the time. As then Deku said, since you can told me your secret, guess I can tell you mine. As then he would All Might was said, what is it about your quirk or anything? As he said, yes. Then he was told that his quirk is activated when he was 9. As out of strong emotions. As he didn't tell about it. As then he said, well, when I got a kiss from the one that I love, my quirk is activated as all that. As he would be like, wow. As then we kind of be red in face, but then we smile. It's like, girlfriend, huh? As Deku was like, I didn't know that you were that kind of person. All Might is like, sorry. But that Stan said, well, I'm glad at least you told me about it. As that's some strong fire you have. As he said, are you not but damaged by it? As he said, no, I'm not. Should I be? He said, well, I know a guy that the number 2 hero Endeavor, when he uses his flames too much, he gets kinda heated up. I was like, huh? And no, Deku would be like, huh? I don't get heated up at all. I'm just always kinda cooled. Like, I don't get damaged by the flames at all. I just feel kinda warm by them. Just then be like, wow, that's some impressive quirk then. They said yes. Then Deku would say like, do you really think that I still can become a hero even though my quirk activated late? He said, of course you can become a hero too. Then Deku would smile and say, thanks. As Deku would just walk down now, as then we'll see an explosion. We'll hear an explosion, as we'll see where it went. This was after he met All Might, he's walked down to the ground now, as he runs towards the place and to see what had happened. As the same happened in canon, that Kachan got captured by the mud villain, sludge villain. Cause All Might's pockets were ripped off. Then we select the sludge villain, like, no, it's my fault that All Might's that the bottles just disappeared from his his pockets get ripped. As he would just kind of try to see that, and he was trying to save now Kachan, but before he runs there, we cut down to where All Might is and sees the explosion. And then he just hears see some sludges fly up, because he has supervision or something like that. They said it kind of had that and see the sludge, like, what? So then he shakes his pockets, like, the bottles, they're gone. Then he thinks, like, that launch speed must have been it. Man, I'm too careless these days. Stan, sorry for that. And then we cut back to where Deku is here, throws it, like he won't throw his bag on as a distraction. He said, look at the heroes that was standing there, like, why aren't they doing anything? They're like, none of us have the right quirk to fight this guy. Then Deku will see that it was Kachan there. Like, Kachan! I don't know where I exactly left off, because yeah, it was a couple of minutes since I did, you see on the clock, it was a couple of minutes since I paused the video. Let me think about it. Oh yeah, Deku was running to save Kachan, so like, if you're not gonna do anything, he said to the heroes, then I'm gonna do something, as he runs past them. Drops the bag, uses his fire quirk to burn the sludge villain on the ice, so you can't see anything. No, he then burn him, just makes like burns the ground so it will smoke around it so he can't see anything. Then just grab Kachan and tries to burn him out from the sludge. As he managed to do that, as now the sludge villain says, "You again. This time I will absorb you. This time he won't be here to save you." As then Deku said, "Heh, really? I don't need this saved. I was lucky that he saved me this time, but this time I won't need to be saved." Stan almost would appear said, "Do not fear, because I am here." As the other heroes will look at him like, "Yeah, Almighty, you finally arrived, you're late." Like, they was don't say that, they was gonna be like, "Oh wow, the busy hero is here, huh?" And then he would just see like that Deku managed to get Kachan out of there. It's like, this time I won't let you get away. And he was like, "Yeah, you did good work, young man." And Deku was like, "Thanks, you All Might." Then Kachan said, "I didn't need your help." Like, furious looking at Deku. Deku was like, "Okay, fine then." He just dropped Kachan there and just walks away. Because Kachan would be kind of injured. It's like, damn it, I didn't thought he would drop me there. As Izuku just looked back at him, was like, "Really? So you do need my help?" He said, "No." Then just like, then he just walks, like, stands up barely, and then walks away there. But before he could take off the 10-step, he just falls down again. But before he could hit the ground, Izuku says, "Looks like you still need my help." Kachan said, like, "Fine, I guess I need your help then." Izuku said, "See, you can change." Well, he wouldn't say that because he knew that Bakugo would be fierce, but Izuku just said, "Huh, looks like he can change after all," he thinks to himself. Then we switch back to All Might, like, this time. Then he says, "Detroit smash." As he punches the sludge villain into pieces, kinda. As the sludge rains down everywhere. As now, the weather would change until to rain. As the other heroes will look up and say, "Whoa, he can really change the weather with his punches? That's awesome," they think to themselves. So then, when Izuku and All Might list dodged the media and left, after they tried to get him on his attention and talk to him, the heroes would scold Deku for just budging in like that. Then he said, "If you didn't step in, who else gonna save Cot? Who else gonna save him? When heroes doesn't do the work, someone else gotta do it for them." They would be like, huh? Hey, we're not like the attitude of yours. As Isuka said, my apologies, Mr. Heroes, but if may say it this way, doesn't a hero equal at even the odds, even whatever the odds is, you would always save people? Does that mean that you should still have bust in to try to get Karchan out of there when he could get killed by that villain? Do you realize that he spoke the truth and just like they would say like, fine, I'll let you go this time. Then just walks away, but before he could walk along, god damn it. But before he could walk out long, Nejire would come as like, as the city Deku, as he would kinda have like some scratches on him. He's like, oh my god, are you okay? He said, yeah, I am. As Karchan would see this, like, it's that girl. He'd be mad by this. So then he would see Deku like being nice to her and all that. Then he would just kiss her on the cheek, just like, huh? Then figure, so has they been dating all this time? He decides just leave them be. And lives as they would just talk to each other now, as Deku would explain everything. What would happen, all that then we'll say like, oh yeah, and about that. Then it takes out all his notebooks when, let's say that they already was at Nejire's home, in her room, as they would just take all the books, like, look what I got. As you will see all the pages like signed by All Might. No, all the books was signed by All Might. And in the last one he had a whole double page signed by him. As he would be like, huh? She'd be like, wow, that's awesome. As he would say, yeah. As then I said, not just that, All Might like said that it could become a hero too. Even though my quirk is so late activated. She would smile and say, I always knew you could become a hero. After all, you're my boyfriend. He would be like, yeah. As then we sketch each other now again. Then Izuku just said that maybe I should go home now. She'd be like, oh yeah. As he would say, yeah, my mom probably worried about the explosion, maybe that I got caught in it. She'd be like, yeah, let me walk you with you home. He said, of course. As when they walked home, do we see Bakugo just appears like, I didn't need your help. As Izuku's like, nah, whatever, he says. Then he said, and by the way, how long have you been dating? As he would just realized that they were dating, as Izuku said, oh, you realized that already? Well, if you want to know, since that day, he'd be like, what? He said, yes, for 3 years we have been dating now. He'd be like, what? What the? As then he just runs away now. As then Alma would appear. As near Nejire would just be like, oh. As then he said, oh, hi there, young man. As they could be like, oh, hi, All Might. As he would become small, he wanted to become small right now. He would try to make just so Nejire wouldn't see like how he looked like Small Might. As then he looked at Nejire as then All Might said that you can show her All Might, she's trustworthy, believe me. She's the one I've been dating for those years. Like, oh, okay. Then it appears to be Small Might, as Deku would be freaked out at this, but Nejire would be like freaked, kinda like spooked by this, like so much blood as they spit out. No, he only spit out much blood at all. She would just be surprised. As then he sat on in like a distant place so no one else would hear. As he would explain everything towards Nejire about his power that they fight and all that. She'd be like, oh. And then he asks her to like not tell anyone. She'd be like, okay. As then they could say, oh yeah, that reminds me. Why did you come seek for me? He said, it's about my power. Since I got that injury, I won't be able to use it anymore for long, and I want to give it to you, Deku. No, he was. I want to give it to you, Izuku Midoriya. As he was like, what? He would kind of be like, but why? Would you give it to me? It's like, why not someone else? It's like, because you have a just strong justice of heart. You know what's right and what's wrong. Even though you just got kind of unlocked your quirk just those a few years ago, you still sit around when the others heroes didn't do anything. Just all the fought shut down. Your legs started running for you when you tried to save Koch, your friend from that Dutch villain. That is a true essence of a hero. As Nejire was like, yeah, that's actually it. That's actually what we learn at UA. As Deku smiling, say, really? It's like, yes. But before you need to do something about that body of yours. He's like, yeah, he kind of smiles about this. As it's kind of that fragile, not fragile, but no, is non-muscular kid. Like, without training Deku. As now they was walk back to Izuku's house. Well, as Omen said, well, we'll get back to you later. Said on the weekend. He gives an address. Said, come here on the weekend. Then looks at Nejire and said, oh, well, I guess you can come watch too. So like, yeah. As she would just decide to come to sleep over with Deku that weekend. So yeah, as now Deku and Nejire was walk home. Let's say that was the same. Like it was Friday that day. So yeah, as now they start training for. It was the summer break. So yeah, she decided to stay for him with a week, like that weekend. So yeah, as she would just have the first sleepover. She got permission from her parents. As Dick would ask his Inko on the phone, as she was like, yeah, it's okay. After all, you have been dating for all those years now. He would smile and say, oh, thank you, Mom. As then he walks in now. She kinda leaves them alone. No, well, not really, she just talks to them at first, then she just lets them be. As they walk into his room. As they was kind of have the nice day all night. As now, it would be Saturday. As they would wake up like an hour before All Might wanted to meet them at the place. They just kind of get dressed, eat breakfast, and so then Inko woke up and was like, you're up early? As she was like, yes, we gotta go soon. So yeah, as they was like, well, we gotta go. We want to do something really early. I said they will meet All Might like 7 o'clock. So there's 7 a.m. As they was woke up, like eat breakfast and everything, that it would happen. The encounter with Inko at the morning would happen at 6 a.m. They just walk out early, not tired at all, as they would meet All Might, as On said, well, it's time to begin your training. As Izuku would be like, okay. Then he gives him a list about everything he needs to do. As he said, oh yeah. Then we look at Nejire and said, well, I'll leave some breaks so you could spend time with you as well. So we look at him and say, thank you. And she was look at the training Deku said, and she kind of pep talked him when he was about to give up. Assist with using that pep talk and all that, he was able to, and his fire quirk to burn his passion up. Because yes, this fire quirk would be like help his spark ignite his passion like to a high level. So he'll be able to track all those things early on. During the entire summer break. He will be training and training, as he would have muscles now, as Nejire when it's else the muscles wouldn't show really. Or Nejire would have seen him because he would always wear a shirt. As yeah, as now the next day before like the anime after the time skip was done, I think it's kind of time skip until his training was complete. The day before the entrance exam, Nejire would have gone back, but Deku would have go back. Was there still then during the night, just cleaning the entire like the entire beach. As he would start to kind of the next morning when All Might and Nejire would appear. Nejire would come back there kind of a little, 10 minutes later. as the Deku just kind of screamed like, yeah, like the scream he did in the anime. As All Might would see this, like, wow, kid, you really did something else. You didn't clip out just the section I gave or told you to, but you cleaned up the entire speech. That's impressive. As then Nejire would appear too. As now, Asta would kind of fall, no, Asta, Deku would just fall down. She would just catch him with some wave motion because she could use that quirk in that efficiently. She would just see the muscles on him now. Oh no, yeah, as he would be shirtless. She'd be like, wow. She'd be kind of red in the face and embarrassed by it, like jealous of, like, fall in love with him even more due to all his muscles. As he was like, yeah, I did it. As then he said, almost with a person, yeah, you did it, kid. Then he says, but this is the day of the entry exam. He said, oh shit. Then he cleans up, like, jumps in the, no, he just kind of uh, dips his head all that in the water as he has screamed, like, after that. Well, not after that, yes, after, so he woke up as he, Nejire had some breakfast for him, as he would just eat it quickly, as he would get ready now, then us would almost, now Deku would almost forgot, so then I said, oh yeah, then Oscom said, but how do I get your quirk exactly? He said, here, as he breaks like two, like he wanted to give him just one hair straw, it would be like 10, so he'll get like 10 times more power than he did in canon. As he said, I think you'll be able to use an entire quirk now. No, not entire, he said, focus on 10%. He said, okay, as he tries to do that, I focus on 10% of this power. As he manages to do it immediately at the beginning. So look, wow. As he wouldn't have that kind of, he will have that glowing if he wants to. Well, I gonna keep the glowing on him as when he uses the quirk. As he won't get that, he will get a little bit, muscles will be kinda, no, it won't grow at all, these muscles at all. He will start to glow as Nejire will see this, like, wow. Then Deku said, time to, now I need to go to the entrance exam. As he grabs Nejire, as he would say, yeah, then she would say, oh yeah, doesn't your school start soon? She said, no. We all get like, since I'm going to start the second grade now, since it's the entrance exam, we're allowed to watch it. He'll be like, wow, is your day off, kinda? She said, yes, I have. He'll be like, wow, guess, so will you watch? She said, it's silly, of course I will. Then almost was whisper in his ear, Deku's ears like, hey, he. Deku's like, what is that for? Almighty said, nothing. As then he has, Deku walks, no, gets to the UA. Instead of falling down, he just, he was about to fall down, but before Uraka could do anything, Nejire would just catch him, like, he almost fell down. Asked like, thank you. Or Uraka would be like, huh? Who is she? Then she realized that, wait, she has a like UA um, uniform? He said, thanks. She smiled at the Uraka like that he talked so casually to her. No, she would think that maybe he's used to talk to girls or something. Then she would see that her talking to him like really nice and all. She's like, do they know each other? Then they just walk in before they got separately. Uraka was kind of watch Deku kinda, but they really they the girl as they just continue talking to each other. And before they got separated, um, now we switch back to Deku's perspective. As now they were about to get separated, said like, oh well, gotta go now. It's like, okay, see you later. Then Hess gives her a kiss on the mouth as Uraka was like, wow, they're a couple? She'd be kind of jealous because she thought that Deku was pretty. It's now just walk into the entry exam. like they would take the like they'll take no the practical no not the practical the theoretical exam. I think that's how we call that. The written exam, they need to write a test. Deku won't have a problem because he will be a lot smarter in the, well, he will be at least as smart as in canon, but he'll get a lot more motivation because he really wanted to get into UA. So now um, you just sit next to Kachan as Kachan was talking to him really. As would ask, so what have you been up to during this summer? Because Kachan would be nice to him now. He said, oh, why, that's some sudden change of you, Kachan. You're always so aggravated and all that. He said, what? And then he said, nothing. He said, so, what have you really been up to? Deku said, training. As Kachan said, like, that explains. That, maybe you should do it. Yeah, that kind of explains more. So you can use a quirk more. He said, yes. So I could use my quirk more efficiently. Still, was the end of the talk. I still talk now. Like, stop talking, stay focus on the exam now. As Deku did it really quickly and just handed it in to President Mike. He bragged, wait, you're done already? He said, yes, I am, sir. He bows, kind of bowing in respect, then sits back down, chilling. As when they get to the van, then Ida was about to tell that President Mike about the fourth robots on the paper. Then when he was about to do that, Deku summons a flame to push him down. So like, please don't do anything now. I just want this exam to get over with. I don't want any delays. I have a date to go to after this. So I really don't appreciate that you're disturbing everything. Him like, huh? Then he sits down as President Mike. We kind of think like, kind of look at Deku. As Deku knew what he meant, and said like that he meant thank you. Him like, no problem. As now President Mike would explain that there's a fourth robot too, but that's worth 0 points. Because you can't beat it. It's too big. And all that. The stick would be like, huh, too big. No, he would think like that, said, okay. Guess I gotta leave it alone. As the coach, as Ida would be like, huh, who is that kid? Who is that guy that stopped me with his flame quirk? As he wouldn't see Asta, he would just hear his voice. I said Asta, I meant Deku. He would just hear Deku's voice, as then he looked back, after the flame snuffed out. He wouldn't see like, oh, that might be him, because he saw that Deku was acting a little bit strange compared to the others. Then we saw that fire in his eyes, kinda like that must be him. Guess I gotta confront him later on. Standist walk in now. Well, nowadays meet up with all the others as to the where they should do the practical exam. As now Ida was walk up and said, Deku said, that was very rude of you. Deku was ignore him. It's like, as he was kind of texting, chatting with Nejire. As Ida said, hey, are you ignoring me? Then Asta has enough of him and said, oh yeah, and what about it? He said, you know that it's very rude to ignore people. Don't you know Ida from, I don't remember his family name, but he says that as Deku said, oh yeah, I don't really care about that. As his personality will be a lot changed. So then the guy would say, we don't even know your Grim. We don't even know what your quirk is. I said, yeah, well, you mostly don't know what but anyone's quirk here, so yeah, why do you go pick on me on that? No, Ida would say, that's not flame quirk, how dare you use it on me? But then again, didn't it burn me? A stick would say, like, well, because I have complete control over it. I trained 3 months later in the summer to be able to control it completely. As it was kind of a lie, but he said I just trained there 3 months to to get get my quirk under control, complete control. As he didn't lie about it since it was like the old one for all he wanted to control and gain control over when he finally got it and all that. So he was lying while he's saying that. Then they will say like, now, 3, 2, 1. President Mike will now kick the race off. Well, as for the robots, as Deku would as easily as burn the most, as he didn't want to use his strength at first. Because yeah, he didn't need to use it at all. He only used it like the speed, his strength to like boost his speed and run faster than Ida. As he uses flame to like think that people use that he uses flames to speed up. As now for the flames they would be normal red, but now they were turned blue because they were so hot. As they literally melted some robots in their half. As you get not every robot or kinda every robot. As then we hear people just running in the opposite direction suddenly. As I hear a scream like for help. As Ida now was like see Austin like no Deku and like run. Then Deku would wonder why. Then just look out and look at the way where out at the other way of the people running. As he now sees that it's the not robot at the 0 pointer. Then just hear someone screaming help. As he sees Uraka trapped under some garbage and see that she's about to get crushed. And so he thinks like Senna said I think now I need to save her. Just like her, just like Almat would want to do. Then Ida looks back at him and says, are you an idiot? You can't take that person down. Then he sees the look in his eyes like, I'm not backing down, you idiot. As then Ida was like, what? As then he sees Uraka there, it's like, crap. As Ida's still running out of fear of the robot, as Deku uses flames now. And he didn't care about his flames now, as he uses his full, like, Deku pushes one for all to like 12%, 15%, no 12% no speed. Because that would be like the breaking point before he broke any bones at all, or anything. Well, he used 12% of the one for all now as his body started to glow. He activated the glow now, because he could keep it away if he used his flame quirk at the same time. He now jumped off, used the flames to boost him up as a rocket. And then he charged up a punch right in front of the robot and punches in the flame. Said fire Detroit smash. As he punches the robot and burns it right through it. As the core burns. And the robot now is about to fall down on Uraka. Well, Asta is falling down, kind of basically lost his momentum. As before he falls down completely, he just comes like consciousness again, kinda uses his flames to like land him safely. Then he sees the robot that is tilting towards them. Then it's like, oh crap. Then he charges up his flames again. Said Inferno. Inferno punch. And then he said if they were straight up as hop up again and pushing the robot away with his flames. He used it to boost him up as Uraka would get hit by the flames. As Ida was like, what the? He's gonna kill her. The judges would see like, does he care about the girl he's trying to save? As Almut would kind of smell up for himself and like, heh. As then Izuku would just push the robot away. As Urako gets struck by the flames, she would think like, I'm so dead. And is an idiot or something? I will get killed by the flames. Deku isn't an idiot, he knew that he wouldn't hurt her. He just flies up and lifts the robot up and lets it fall down on the other way. as all the others would be surprised by it that he managed to do it, except for, well, Omar was there watching too, but everyone else would be surprised by this. Everyone, literally everyone. As Bakugo and their place would already been finished since all the robots was done. No, they would have finished all that as now all the points was kind of, no, the match was almost over when Deku is when Urako is get hit by the flames now. I think I'm dead now. As she get hit by the flames, like why, why? Then she just kind of like what? As now the flames would disappear after Deku was done with the pushing the robot over. He just lifted a piece of that was over Uraka away. Are you okay? He would say. She said yes. Deku wouldn't reach out his hand or anything. He would just ask if she was okay. She said yes, as he now walks up. Then she asked, but how does it come that your flames didn't do anything? He said, I trained 3 months straight to get my quirk under control. Seems like it paid off. She would look at him as Asta would now Deku would have, God, I keep saying Asta. As Deku would have still like the glowing on his, like, around his face and all that. She would like, what is this? Why are you glowing? He said, oh, and that's just my quirk, as then deactivates it. Well, he said, that's one of, like, a special stage of my quirk somehow. You should think like, okay. As the mission was now over, as Deku has to walk away now, walking home, is meet up with the Nejire, and she was talking to me like, and then she'd ask, so who is that girl? He said, I don't know, I just saved her from that robot from getting killed. She's like, oh, yeah. And she would have seen all the film of that. He wasn't really paying attention to her, just being the hero, acting a hero and that. And then she's like, yeah, she'll think like, maybe I'm not worried at all. And they decided to go back at Deku's place, as later that week they would get a letter from UA, as she'll be like, yay. Well, she just hangs out with Deku that day, then she walks home. Then the Deku get a letter from UA. He immediately said, I gotta go now. And then Nejire would like then we heard her knocking about the door, as it was Nejire. She was like, oh, Deku, I think you got a letter now. I said, how did you know? She says, well, cause I asked about them if you got your letter, when they will get you the letter. You're like, okay. She thinks like, may I watch it with you? He said, of course. He's like, of course, why not? They walks into Deku's room. He kind of closes the door and locks it. So Inko wouldn't hear anything about it, what they were talking about or anything. I said, we're a hologram of All Might. He said, you have grown quite a bit, and you have gotten into UA. You got a top score as well. I said, you even broke my record in my days. Sorry for that. Yeah, you don't probably need to wait for that long, but yeah, I just did some stuff and ate something while I'm recording this. Yeah, as almost said, you even surpassed my high score of 200, and then 200 normal points, and then one like 50 hero points. As you got 68 hero points. So yeah, and I just realized something else. I said past like this is a part of now what if video kinda. As earlier in this what if video, I said that and Nejire would start her second year, but it's her third year that would start. As I remember that, just remember that. So yeah. As that I always wanted to point that out. Yeah. Now let's get back to what if. As he would just almost said, well, of course you're accepted into the UA. I said, I'm looking forward to see you there. So no, he wouldn't say that. I look forward to see the hero. So I'm like glad that you can got into UA. Then he alright smiles, and then again, then his hologram stops. He would just unlock the door, he would just hug Nejire, crying out of happiness. And she would just comfort him a lot. So like, jeez, why are you crying? He said, I'm so happy I just got in. She said, for me it was pretty obvious since you have that quirk, and not just that, you have almost, you have that quirk too. As face, she didn't want to say that in case Inko heard anything. She says you have that strong of a quirk, of course you would get into the UA. As he said yes, then he has unlocked the door and told Inko the glad news. She'd be like happy for him and all that. Then I asked no. Then Deku closes the door and he talks with he has talks with, and he spends like the entire week that kind of there was after the. I think it was a week after you got the result that you get the school starts and all that. So yeah, as us tourists, no, Deku just spend a week with Nejire hanging out as she would have after her school start, because she would, I think that they started earlier in their second class and all that. So yeah, as now the school will start now for Deku, as he was Nejire left earlier because well, she would start later, so she just walked to us, no, Deku to the gates. It's like, I'm gonna do something else until we start. It's like, yes, yeah, see you after school. As no one else would see this except for Kacha and Kachan. As yeah, as Rock, let's say that Rock had forgotten about that they were a couple. At Elstans, as Deku and her was a couple, as yeah. But she won't forget that she doesn't have a chance against him because he doesn't want her, I think. As Carson when see this, like see Asta and Najir Asta again. Deku is saying goodbye to each other and kissing on each other on the cheek. Is like walk up to Deku and say, "Oh, ooh, Deku, Deku, Deku. Seems like you got something good, huh?" As Deku just smiles, say, "Yeah, but you can just catch on." Then we say Bakugo. Just call me Izuku or Midori or something. And she would say, look at him, say, yeah. And she would be surprised that he called him Bakugo, for it was such a long time since he called him that. Said, of course, Izuku or Midori, yeah. But I still might probably say Deku sometimes, but I just imagine that they just said like Izuku or Midoriya like those times. So yeah, let's walk into the class now. He just opens the door as he says Ida says Kacha was with us, not Deku now. He would Ida and Kacha wouldn't have that conversation at all, and Kacha would be kind of calm in this. So yeah, they would sit down next to each other, kind of talking to each other. Then Uraka would come and just thank Asta and Deku for saving him. Said no problem. He wouldn't really mind her at all. Then Ida was walk up to uh, um, Deku and say, uh, like, do it be as annoying as is in canon. I explain everything with a straight, like, literally that straight walking robot thing. Deku say, just leave me alone. Then it creates like flames around him to just mark that he really wants to be alone. As and that he's irritating, either would be furious, kind of mad at this, irritated by this, but then decides just leave him alone. Because he knew that he could just shut him up with his flames if he wanted to. And Deku just also said, oh yeah, not about that, my flames might not harm you, but if I want to, they will. As he will say that now. As it was kind of realized that, yeah, that might be it, that might be a reasonable thing. as Ida was back down. Then Deku would shut off his flame quirk. Then we see like a pale man just jumping in a jumping like a sleeping sack there as they would see the tired eyes like Then Deku would say, "Oh, wait, I saw Visor teacher." Also known, I think it's Night Eye is his hero's name. No, Eraser. Razorhead is his hero name, so yeah. Wait, Razorhead is our no, homeroom teacher? So like, oh, someone's heard of me, huh? They could say, yeah, I heard of you. I didn't really make a fuss about it. So yeah, this is it. Now everyone get in these uniforms. As they were switched to their uniforms a lot. Then it said, it's time for your time to check your quirks. As then it said, oh yeah, as I don't really know how to explain everything. I don't remember every single line. As he said, time to test your quirks and see what you can do. Then said, oh yeah, I will be giving you a score on each one of those. And the last place will get expelled. Spoiler alert, I will let someone get expelled. I said it will be an odd number. No, it won't be, as there will be an odd number later. I might bring in some other one to join the class later on. As now. What is it now? So yeah, as now we get to the training. As the first one is the ball throw, as he explains. Then he hands the ball over to Bakugo and said, throw the ball. And then he said, oh, 76 meters. It's like impressive. He said, then how long no, then was throw the ball to the Bakugo and said, like, oh well, he said, how long could you throw the ball in high school in their school without your using your I said 76 meters without using my quirk. He said, now test to throw the ball with your quirk. So now Bakugo would just do this and he will get 760 meter. No, he will get 700 meters. As everyone will be impressed by this and a lot, as they get pumped up. As now it was be the first one, so yeah. So now we get the first test would be like the speed test. As Deku would easily ace this using his fire steel to like hide his speed, like the one for all thing for everyone. As I saw already knew about one for all, as he thought that Deku might be the successor of it, but his think thought about it's like nah. But still, he hides it pretty well due to his fire quirk. Huh. Didn't give much attention as Ost would get like 1 second on the 100. It was 100 meters test. You get 1 second on it as less than 1 second. It would be half a second actually, because he didn't want to destroy everything. So he just calm down his speed up to a certain speed, so we would actually get a score and not just 000, because the timer couldn't go to like 0.0 too much. So you get half a second. No, 10th of a second actually. As everyone will be impressed by this, like, whoa. As Deku has stopped right after finishing line. As everyone will be surprised that he could stop so quickly and everything. Now it was for the strength test. As they thought Deku wouldn't do poorly in this because they didn't see much muscles in him. Then Deku surrounded his fist with flames. Well, his fist, so it would look like he had flame fist. As he's activated one for all then too. Then he just literally crushes the one with the wait how strong you are, that meter on that. As I don't remember the hand guy, like 6-armed guy thing with his quirk, but yeah, he would crush his quirk totally. Like it, since it broke the meter and everything. As I saw would get him like a scarf. I don't remember how you measure strength and all that, but he will get an absurd amount like it would be like what should I say? Like 1,000 times stronger. No, yeah, 1,000 times stronger than the other guy got, because I think it was like 163 kilograms or something. Press or something, so yeah, it will be like 163,000 kilograms. As everyone was surprised, like shocked about this, that a deck was so strong. So now it came for the ball throwing test, the last one. As Deku will be the last one to throw. Well, before him it was Uraka who got Infinity. Asta now shorts up his quirk, he surrounds his fist in flames, and his body activates one for all in his fist. And like focuses all on that last finger that touches it. The ball. As now it will be a slow motion moment. He like just this stance that he does in ball throwing, all that. As then right before he throws it, he activates like a flame bursting through the ball, and he touches it with one for all, as he uses more power, like 20% and no 100% of it. No, not no. He won't break a finger at all. He just uses the 12% of it again, as he's still now able to use that, even not even fracturing, like all time without fracturing his bones. I will get to explain All Might to get All Might see this in a short while, but yeah. As he has used it and throws the ball away, as he uses Flame Medic as well. Flame Quirk, not Medic, Flame Quirk. As it now flies right up through the sky. As now we get to some passers-by, they see a shooting, kind of what I think is a shooting star flying around. As then we enter the atmosphere and go out in space. As I saw when you see this on the meter, like, what the? And then when it shows the score, it will be infinity. To us, like infinity and beyond. So I said, I can't measure that score. The sticker said, so how did I do, Mr. Aizawa? So, well, it seems like you got infinity, as you shows the score now to everyone. The box two infinities, then is I was said, no, this one is even more better. As then he said, like, hey, then things like, how can I explain it? Then he said, let's say that there was a satellite that filmed this, like saw a ball that's up in the sky. No, the ball kinda had a mini camera. Yeah, the ball had a mini camera, he bursts it up on the screen. And then it says, this is Raka's ball. As it kinda floats around in the sky. Then he switched over to Deku's ball and said, and this is Izuku's ball. As they will see that it is right in space. As they flew by ISS, the International Space Center thing. I think it's called ISS or no ISS. Yeah, International Space something. That really makes ISS, but it's International Space, and then the last S word, I don't know what it is. As everyone was surprised and shocked and be impressed by Asta, really. No, Deku. By that he did everything like that. Did get up in space, as he was smile, say, as Nejire would kinda hear about this later on, but now switch back to Almond, like, wow, impressive. Then I think about it to back when he threw the ball as he just threw the got like around the up in the atmosphere. I was like, he's even stronger than me, maybe. Then I think about it, no, it says fire quirk. He managed to use it so to launch the ball up in the space. Impressive, impressive, Asta, he thinks. Then Mineta would get the lowest score and said, "Oh, Mineta, you're expelled." I would say he wouldn't say it like quite like that, but Mineta would have been expelled. As Mineta would kind of be sad, and no one would protest against this at all. As then, as Deku got first place at all, us girls would kind of fall for him now, as he due to like some of the flames were catching fire. No, he wouldn't. They wouldn't catch fire on his shirt. He must be tired, like not kind of exhausted, so he just lay down on the ground. As then, um, yeah, this no, he was laid on the ground, like kind of almost falling asleep. As the day was now over, as the Nejire would knew they were no, the day was over. I will cover next day. It will be the all my training session with the superhero versus villain thing. As Nejire would walk up to Asta now, no, Deku. After everyone left, as she would see Deku like kind of sleep, almost like tired out there. As the other girls would see her walking up to blow, why is she doing here? Then Deku would see her and go up, raise up himself and say, "Oh, so there you are, huh?" So yeah, Deku say, "I've been waiting for you for some time now, a couple of minutes." As the girl was still watching us, Deku, because they realized how amazing it was. As then Deku said, "Oh well, it's then it was flat. It's God." As then no, before that happens, before she got there, he said, "God damn, it got hot after I used my quirk." As this were after every poison all that left. As he was take off his shirt. Yeah, I need to change that. He takes off his shirt because it said, and just make some wind with it to cool him down. As all the girls would see how ripped he was, they'd be like, "Whoa." As they wanted to confess their love for him, but then they will see, then they will hear some voice that, "So there you are, Deku. Hey, there you are, Izuku." As Izuku will say, "Oh yeah, here I am. Hi." She'll be like, "Oh, uh, hi, Izuku." As all the girls were just looking out to where the voice come from, then was someone else, a girl from with a uniform. And then we realized that she had like, let's say that um she had like on the out depending on the outfits, you can see which year they are, so they will see that she's a third year student, as they remember her from like some photos and all that too. As Izuku now walk up and takes on the shirt, as she would see to say, "Did you really take off your shirt?" She said, "Yeah, the flames got too hot. I got too hot after using my quirk. No, it was too warm after I used my quirk. Had to cool it down a little bit." Then he takes on his shirt and everything again, and walks up to her and like they just walk away now. Without anywhere knowing, they think like they are friends, maybe related, maybe somehow. Thinks like yeah. As Rock wouldn't remember at all that they two were a couple at all. Yeah, it's shit that she missed that out thing out, kinda. Yeah. As they was kinda walking away now, talking to each other about everything. And what's the clock now? Oh, 12:32. I can't be talking for a while now. I can make this a 2 hour long video. Yeah, I should do that. Just talking to each other, walking like on in the city, buying some stuff. They could easily carry it for her. They just walk back to her home now, because they prefer to be there a lot more. Since it's a lot more cozier with all the stuffed animals. They just discuss how the day was and all that, as they could say. It's been really great, kinda. Really great. She's like, I'm glad to hear that. As they was kind of talking now, as it would be late, Deku would call his mom, said, "Hey mom." She's like, "Yes." I said, "I'm sleeping over at the Nejire's place. If it's okay." He said, "Yes, it is." As they was tell Nejire's parents about this, they would be also okay about this because this was the third time he slept over with us at her place. And she would just sleep in the giant stuffed animal's place. She would kind of sleep there too. As it would be a giant pile of them, so it'd be easy for them to sleep. Like, yes, they wouldn't sleep next to each other. They would sleep away from a bit from each other. So yeah, the next day they woke up, go down, eat breakfast. And yes, I didn't see it earlier in this video, but her room will be on the second floor. As I said, they would eat breakfast and was went to UA now. Kind of talking to each other. Then it separates with when they got to need to go switch place, no, switch different doors. As some of the girls would see us, then that no, Deku and that girl again. I was thinking like, huh, maybe they really must be related, maybe. As then, or as the girls decided to just confess their love for him this day. But then their hearts got crossed as they saw each other kiss each other. As they could kind of smile, not as they could just walk away into the one class year one door. As then Nejire was walking to the second class door. As they were separate now, as the girls, all the girls that saw this, like, let's say that it was all the girls in the class, including Uraka, all their hearts would just get crushed. Like, you would hear a crash, like, crash. Like, they could see them but hidden from the border. Because he decided just, if they asked about him, he might tell them what the details about everything. So yeah. As no, why I keep saying as and a lot, as I keep saying it a lot in my videos. I do apologize for that if that's irritating. It's just a bad habit I have when I'm speaking like this in my videos. I realized it a couple of videos ago. So yeah. As now. Um. No, what am I saying? What should I say? What should I say? What should I say? Well, it's now during the day they would have normal classes, and then at the end, no, as Deku walks into class, he sits down. He was the first one there. He realized it. Then we say, "Oh, guess I got here a bit early." Then he just kind of lays down on the desk, kind of half sleeping, but still aware of everything that's happening. Then all the girls would walk in, sit down on their places, looking at Deku. They could see this and like, then was ask about why you're looking at me. They wouldn't say, no, it's nothing, nothing at all. He says, oh, so you're wondering who she is, huh? He would say that out loud, say like, what? No, we're not. I still said, you, so, and my sign says, you have feelings for me, huh? I tell you one thing, just leave me alone. I will never have feelings for you. In that way, that you have feelings for me. I only got a girl and that's enough for me. I was to be like, what? As then said, if you're wondering, she's not related to me at all. She's just my girlfriend. We spend a lot of our time together. then they'll be like, huh? 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 Asked a girl with surprised and asked, so how long have you been dating? Said 3 years, as not all the boys would walk in. As soon as the conversation would end. Well, some of the boys would hear this, like, huh? The girls was talking to Deku? No, Isu Midoriya? Like, oh well, guess it's nothing special really. Then, no, they would say that, not guess it's nothing special really. Then they would say like, dating for who? For 3 years, huh? They would hear this as all the guys would now come back, like go into class as they hear this, as they would see that the girl talking to the Deku. Like, maybe he's dating someone else, someone in this class. Deku said, huh? So you heard that, huh? He said to all the guys, like, yeah, we did. So we have some questions for you. As he said, yeah, let me tell you this. It's not someone else from this class. Then caught someone walk in. It's like, yep, it's no one else in this class at all. As Deku said, yeah. Smile as his coach and it's like, Buck said, you're the only one that knows who it is, don't you? But is that right, Bakugo? He said, yep, I guess so. No, Buckward said, I'm the only one that knows who she is, right? As Deku Izukuro said, well, except for those girls, they have seen her, but they don't know exactly who she is. Bakugo said, well, if I'm gonna be exactly, I don't know who she is completely either. Deku decides like, well, she's a third class student on this school, in this school too, in UA. Like, they were like, everyone will be shocked by this. Like, her name is Nejire Huda. No, Hado. I think it's Hado or Huda. Let me go and check real quick. It's Hado. Nejire Hado. I said her name is Nejire Hado. They were like surprised that he got a third class year. As then was so 3 years. Wait, you were only 9 when we starting dating? I said yes. He smiles at Bakugo as Bakugo decides to not date both, like have an eye contact agreement and not tell about how they met. As they were say like, yeah, we met 3 years ago and been dating ever since. You'd be like, wow, huh? Guess you're pretty popular with the girls. I'd kinda see. He would say like, I should say, nah, maybe. The girls just asked me because they saw me kiss her goodbye like this earlier this morning. Like, huh? And they're like, okay. Now I saw working and said, not enough of shit chat, let's just start already. Then they had like the school, normal school and everything. Then it was time for then it's time for like the hero training with All Might, a hero versus villain. As it will be in this, it will be actually yeah, it will be the same teams, except for the two teams would stand out because they were an odd number in the class. So yeah, because what is it now? Mineta just got kicked out of the school because he got the lowest score on the last, so he was expelled. Well, he doesn't provide much of the story in the story anyway. As for how would Deku's hero suit will look, let me just think of it and show you a picture if I find one. As his hero suit will kind of look like Natsu's, this suit of Natsu. Well, Natsu's close here, so yeah. As he'll expose his chest, kinda. Because I don't want him to have like All Might, that green rabbit thing kinda looking. hat. No, it's costume. So yeah, now we have seen his suit. That's how it will look as he would just take it on, as he was the last one to walk out. Yeah, and he won't have that scarf around him. As he walks out and everyone will see this suit and be like, it's that kind of bit of exposing. He said, no, it gives the most free use of my quirk. It makes it a lot easier for my fire, so I don't get too heated up with my clothes. And be like, okay. As then also as the accept this, girls would just see that body again, like, ah, damn it, someone already captured it before. Damn it that someone cut that in before us. He's so handsome. As the day after that, I just said, tell you in foresight that next day they will choose the class representative. Actually, I might let you. I don't know. I will tell you later on in this video. As now, Almut was given this speech about everything. It gives that on team. As it will be Deku and Uraka versus Kachan and Ida. As Ida and Kachan is the villain. Ida and Bakugo was the villains, as Izuku and Ura and Ushako were just be the heroes. As they walk into the building, Deku says, let me take care of Bakugo and you get the bomb. So thinks like, okay. Then Bakugo comes for Deku, like, heaven, so like, time to settle this score, huh? Deku said, yeah, time for me to pay back for all this time. As he whispers that, so no one else could hear this, except for Bakugo. Bakugo's time to see how strong you are, really. As then they was to fight now. As then it will end up pretty. Now I don't know. Let me check the clock really quick. Oh, okay. I've already hit 2 hours. Yeah. The fight would end pretty quickly. It was one punch of Asta holding his power back, using only his raw strength and his gut punch with some of his flames. Just down bind the Bakugo while he's tying the tape around him, as Bakugo will be immobilized and not allowed to enter the fight again. Then Deku said, well, can't have you destroy the building. Kinda smiles at him. Then he just walks up to Shaku or Uraka. And helps her touch the bomb real quick. Well, he touched the bomb while she's distracting Ida. Well, Ida couldn't catch up to Asta and Deku anyways. Let's say that Deku just run past everyone and grabs the bomb. Almut was the only one to see this, like, Deku has won. Here team is the winner. As they were like, okay. They'd be like, what? As they were surprised when Almut said that Deku had won. But then after some seconds they will see, no, after 10 seconds or anything, yeah, 15 seconds they will see that he's right. As they will see that Deku holding the bomb. Well, touching the bomb actually. But wow. Same what on everything. This is where I'll be ending this what if actually, no, as now I will be ending this what if soon. But I have something else to ask you before. If that is, if who you want to be the class representative. If you want it to be Deku, I mean not Deku, not Asta, for God's sake. I mean if it's you wanted it to be Deku or what is now? Or the same as in canon. So yeah, that is all from me. Now don't forget to like, subscribe and click that bell. So yeah, now stay safe. Peace out.